Hello and welcome everyone to another Parent Ed Night hosted by the Arkansas Arts Academy High School. Today we have a special guest from NWACC, the Northwest Arkansas Community College, that is going to be telling us all about early enrollment. So I'm going to share or pass it off to them. If you have any questions, please go ahead and type those in the chat and we will answer all questions at the end. And I am recording this, so if you need to go back and review it later, it'll be good to go.
All right, thank you very much. So my name is Jennifer Ockengay, and I am the high school advisor at NWACC for early college experience. And so I do have a PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to try my best to present my screen. This is only my second Google Meet, so bear with me. All right. So if you guys could just let me know, can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes, we can see it.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So again, we're going to talk about the early college experience classes and courses and program that we offer through Arkansas Arts Academy. And so first off, just to kind of give you some background, the ECE program or early college experience, it's a partnership between NWACC and local high schools, in this case, of course, Arkansas Arts Academy. And through this program, students can earn transferable college credit, which of course would save you time and money if you decide to go on later after high school and earn a bachelor's degree. And ECE courses have the same learning outcomes and requirements as the courses offered on the NWACC campus and traditional NWACC online classes. So the rigor, the academics, everything is the same for a ECE course as it is for a course on our campus or any other course that NWACC offers. And so as part of this program, we offer online courses for Arkansas Arts Academy students. And so classes are offered in a variety of areas, so including English composition, social sciences, communication, mathematics, science, and there's others in there too. I just wanted to put a few examples in my presentation. And students are required in these online courses to log in each week to complete coursework. It's not a self-paced type of class. You do have assignments to complete each week. You're expected to log in and complete assignments or discussion posts each week in order to be counted as attending class for the week. So because these classes are online, students will need access to a reliable computer and internet. And a lot of times, I always like to mention that Chromebooks and tablets sometimes are not necessarily going to be sufficient for the online class requirements. We have certain programs, lockdown browsers, and things like that that do not play well with Chromebooks. So just a reliable computer and internet access are required. In order to be eligible for ECE classes through NWACC, you do have to have a 3.0 cumulative high school grade point average. You also have to have college level placement test scores on the ACT, SAT, or AccuPlacer. We also take Aspire 10 scores. And my next slide will actually be all about the test scores and what they are. So I'll just leave it at that for now on test scores.
Jennifer, I'm going to interrupt you for just a second.
Yeah.
We're stuck on the first slide.
Oh no. Okay, I'm so sorry. I've been talking this whole time. Let me stop presenting and then try to, this happened to me last time too. Sometimes if I stop presenting and then present again, it works. Technology, what can we say? Okay.
Yes, that's much better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so sorry about that. So let me
No, you're totally fine.
Real quick, if I go back, can you guys see me moving through now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I won't
just on eligibility.
Yeah. So I won't waste your time, but there was my online course slide and then my eligibility one. So there are those. And so we'll talk about on the next slide, so you'll actually be able to see it, the test scores. And then finally for eligibility, you do have to have approval by your high school counselor, your high school. And then also if you're under 18, you have to have approval from a parent or guardian. And so as promised, hopefully, we have our test scores. And so we offer a variety of options as far as test scores, and that's because some students haven't taken the ACT, and so we also offer AccuPlacer, and we also take Aspire 10 scores. And so for ACT, you have to have a 19 on reading and English in order to take a Composition 1 class. If you're going to take, say, like a history class or something like that, then you only need the reading score. If you want to take a college algebra math class, you would have to have a 21 on the ACT math section. And then for next generation AccuPlacer, for reading and writing, reading is 252, writing is 260. And again, for some classes, you just need reading. For composition, you need reading and writing. And then if you take college algebra, you need a 254 on the math QAS section as well. And then for Aspire 10, it's 428 on the reading and the English, and then a 434 on the math, plus you need a C or higher in Algebra 2 from your high school, so on your transcript. So those are the test scores that you need in order to be eligible for these classes. And then next is always kind of the big one. It's the tuition and fees. And so NWACC does provide a scholarship for each student who's taking an ECE course. And so ECE students pay about 40% of the regular tuition that traditional college students pay, so pretty big discount there. And I went ahead and put in the PowerPoint that tuition is about $30 per credit hour for those that are within the Bentonville or Rogers school districts, and tuition is $54 per credit hour for those whose residency is outside of the Bentonville or Rogers school district. So just to kind of give you an idea, if you're taking a 3 credit hour course, which a lot of our courses are 3 credit hours, for those who are in Bentonville and Rogers school districts, that would be $90 for the course. And those who are out of district, that would be about $162 for a course that's 3 credit hours. In addition to the tuition, we also have a distance learning fee, and it's $22 for each class, each online class taken through ECE. And in addition to that, if you're taking, say, like a science class or some of our music classes, they do have lab fees, anywhere from $35 to $50. So those can be additional fees from the tuition and the distance learning fee. And then students are also responsible for purchasing textbooks and course materials that are required for each class. And of course, those are going to vary depending on the class that you take. And as far as payment goes through the high school. It doesn't go directly to NWACC, so you'd work with your high school on that. And then I always like to mention with the tuition and fees that you can withdraw from a class during the first week of class and get a full refund at that point. But after the first week of class, refunds are not given out if you withdraw from a class. And then just some additional information I always like to bring up. These are, like I mentioned before, these are college classes. They're rigorous. It's the same academic level that's expected of all classes at NWACC. And so it's always important to note that if you are not successful in the online courses, the ECE courses, if you have grades of D, F, or if you withdraw, you get a W, or you don't have a 2.8 or maintain a 2.0 college grade point average, then your financial aid eligibility can be impacted once you graduate high school. I always like to point that out just because we don't want students to get into kind of trouble later. And then also students with disabilities, we do have a disability resource center on campus, and I have the email address in the presentation. If a student is receiving accommodations through an IEP or a 504 plan, they can work with our disability resource office to have some of those same accommodations through the classes at NWACC. So that's basically the general part of ECE classes. I also have some information on the Associate of Arts program. It's kind of a special program for Arkansas Arts Academy students. And so it is starting with 10th grade students. They can start working on earning an Associate of Arts degree through NWACC in partnership with Arkansas Arts Academy. And the Associate of Arts degree is a 2-year program. Typically 2-year program, associate degree, made up of general education courses. It's designed to transfer to any Arkansas public 4-year university. So we do make sure that our classes will transfer. All classes would be online, just like the ECE classes, and the ECE class requirements, tuition and fees, and all that information is the same for the courses that you'd be taking as part of an Associate of Arts program student. You would be taking courses that follow a certain course sequence, and they would fulfill the 60 credit hours needed to earn the degree. And any student who is working through this program to get an Associates of Arts degree, I would be your advisor, and I would be helping you navigate the program, making sure you're getting enrolled in all the correct classes, and just assisting however I can. So I do have just some program benefits here listed. If you do go through the Associate of Arts degree option, then you'll be earning an associate degree and your high school diploma once you graduate high school, which is a pretty amazing opportunity. It's a really big accomplishment as well. This program does help facilitate the transition between high school and college, because you'll be in high school while taking some college classes, but you still have some supports in place at the high school, and supports in place, of course, with me as your advisor, people there to kind of help you along. So it really helps. Once you get out of high school and once you're done with the NWACC program, then you might move on to a 4-year program or bachelor's degree somewhere else, and already have that experience in hand. It also reduces the time and cost of obtaining a bachelor's degree, because you're going to be taking a lot of those general education courses that would be required for a bachelor's degree, and you'll already be earning those credits through NWACC. So my next slide is just the course sequence that we have so that students can earn the degree. Again, it starts in 10th grade. And so you can kind of see, I'll leave this up for a little bit here, but you can kind of see that students start out kind of slow. You do a couple classes for 10th grade fall, a couple classes for 10th grade spring, and then as you move forward, 11th grade and 12th grade, you take just a few more classes and a few more classes. So really trying to ease you into it. What is nice is that typically an associate's degree is a 2-year program, but through Arkansas Arts Academy with NWACC, it's actually turning more into a 3-year program, so you have that time to get some high school classes in, meet those high school requirements, as well as taking the college classes. And for example, like Comp 1, that might give you credit at both Arkansas Arts Academy and NWACC. And so again, this course sequence, kind of strict, but it's what we've come up with to help you to get an Associate of Arts degree. And so by the time you would finish your 12th grade spring semester, you would be earning 60 college credits. And again, all these classes are online. Same tuition and fees would apply for these classes as just the regular ECE classes. And I know this is kind of small font, so hopefully you can kind of read it, but it's just really to mention, we do take AP scores at NWACC, and so in our college catalog and in this little chart here, these are all the exams that we take for college credit, and then it lists the exam, it lists the class you get credit for, and the score that would be required in order to get the college credit. So I'd like to bring that up as well. If you're in AP classes and you've earned some passing scores and you want to use some of those to fill in for the associate's program degree, we always do that if that's what you have. So I'm more than happy to do that for you. And then so finally, if you're interested, whether it's in just, you want to take just a couple of ECE classes, or you're really thinking about maybe the Associate of Arts program, what's next? The first thing is you want to make sure you have qualifying test scores to be eligible for the program. And then after that point, you would want to work with your high school counselor to complete our online application and then our required documentation. So it was a very, very brief kind of run through of some information. I did want to say thank you, of course, for coming. But I imagine we have some questions, and I'm more than happy to answer those. Again, just kind of a general outline of what ECE classes are, as well as the associate's degree. Do we have any questions?
I have one question. So they have to be in 10th grade in order to start these college credit courses?
So we do prefer, as far as the associate program, we have it mapped out starting in the 10th grade year.
But when is the earliest they can start taking those classes, even if it's just one class or 2 classes here and there?
So according to what is in the Arkansas Arts Academy agreement, it does say 10th grade. I have seen a couple students start in like 9th grade of their spring semester, but we need to have a high school transcript as well as those test scores.
Okay, is there any way that we can have this information of the details emailed to us?
The PowerPoint and that information?
Yes, and also the information when's the soonest that they can take courses?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to, I can give my information to Arkansas Arts Academy, and then you can email me directly if that would work. And then that way we can really have that one-on-one communication. That'd be fine. And I
Great.
think also, correct me if I'm wrong, but are we going to be sharing the link to this?
Yes, I'll be
people,
sharing.
yeah.
I'll be sharing the recording, and if Jennifer, you can share with Kendra any resources, your PowerPoint or anything like that that goes along with that, and I can link that with the video so the parents have all that information in
Appreciate
one space that they can find on our website as well as yours.
Absolutely. Yep. I will. I did make some changes, Kendra, to the PowerPoint, so I'll send you an updated one, and then we can absolutely send that out. And I will make sure to, I didn't put my email address in the PowerPoint. I'll go ahead and adjust that as well, and I'll put that in there for you guys. But yes, so typically for the associate program, we do request that students start that in the 10th grade. But if a freshman wants to start a class, we do have to have that high school transcript, so it needs to be spring semester before they can start. Any other questions?
How do the students connect with the professors? Of course, all of our students have been getting used to virtual learning this year. So how is it different from kind of what we do in high school?
So as far as connecting with the professors, they do have virtual office hours. And so we use Microsoft Teams. We don't use Google Meet at NWACC. So that's why I'm a little unfamiliar with Google Meet. But they do have office hours that are virtual. So students can make an appointment with an instructor to talk with them one-on-one, or they have two different ways they can communicate electronically. Of course, every student has an NWACC email, and they can communicate with their instructors through that. Also, the online classes, they're going to be taught mainly through a platform called Canvas. And inside of Canvas it's not really called email, but it's a messaging system. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a great name. It's just called Inbox. But they can inbox their professor and send them a message. And so there's two different ways that they can access, talking to their professor, contacting them, asking for assistance. And of course, any student who's taking any kind of course at NWACC, they have the opportunity to have some of our resources like the Math Center and the Writing Center, our Success Center that offers free tutoring. And so even, if you're a high school student, you're still an NWACC student, you can have access to all those resources for free.
We did have a note in the chat. How do we find out when tests will be available?
So I don't know if you guys are giving the AccuPlacer through Arkansas Arts Academy. I don't believe. Do you guys do the AccuPlacer?
No, they go through NWACC to take that.
Perfect. Okay, so through NWACC, there is, if you just go to our NWACC website, you can find our testing center. And so they can make appointments for the AccuPlacer really at any time. They offer testing Monday through Saturday now. Friday and Saturdays, they just do morning appointments. They do have to have appointments. We're following the very strict guidelines from the CDC as far as testing on campus. So we're only allowed, I think, only 10 people in a room right now. And so they have community testing as well. And so they do have to make an appointment. There's no walk-ins. We used to do walk-ins. We can't anymore. But they have to go online and they have to purchase the exam first. And then someone from the testing center will assist them making an appointment. Any other questions?
The ACT is offered various times during the year. You can look on act.org and there are dates there. I believe the next one is I'm not sure what day in April, but it is in April. The last day to register without a late fee is March 10th, I believe. 11th graders do have one that's provided at Arkansas Arts Academy coming up, I believe next March 9th, if I have that right. My days are kind of sliding together. And so they do have that option. And the ACT is offered at Arkansas Arts Academy. I will say the spots fill up quickly. So the sooner you sign up for them, the better. We seem to have a lot of students from other schools to come. So if you are an Arkansas Arts student, it is good to sign up as soon as possible for those ACT exams. And there are some offered during the summer as well.
Any other questions? Is there anything, Ms. Carpenter or Ms. McGaw, that I missed that you think we need to talk about?
You mentioned that there's a lot of the classes are through the ECE and even the associate's program are dual credit. So like English Comp 1 will count as the student's English 11 class. English Comp 2 will be the English 12. So they are offered as dual credit enrollment courses. So they can knock and they get a full credit within one semester. So your normal classes at Arkansas Arts that they would typically take within a full year, they can earn that whole credit in one semester.
Yes, that's very good to point out. That's absolutely correct. And that's always one thing I think too with students who are going to earn their associate degree. You're knocking out your high school credits and you're getting college credit at the same time. And even if you actually don't do the associate program, I really should mention, it's a great opportunity to get that college credit while you're also earning high school credit. Any other questions?
Well, I think you have answered everything. I've already learned more than I knew about the ECT. So I'm very excited about that. And thank you so much, Jen, for taking the time tonight to meet with us. And like I've been saying, I will be posting this on our website along with any documentation that you share with Kendra. I'll get that all uploaded, and Jennifer is available to us. She is the high school advisor, so don't be afraid to send her questions or anything. That is literally her job.
Yes, literally my job to answer any questions from high school students. And I even like to tell people sometimes I get questions like, well, I don't think this is really your job, but I really need some help. I'm not doing so well in my math class. And I said, well, it is my job. I'm your advisor, and I don't just do registration. I do it all. I'm your contact for NWACC. So if you need help, if you don't know what to do, if you don't know how to approach a professor, I've done that before too. I've had students ask me, well, how do I email the professor? What do I say? And I'm more than happy to help out with those kinds of situations. It's my job. So, anything else? I really appreciate you guys' time. I know virtual is so challenging. At least I think it is. It's not the same as being in a room with someone and shaking a hand. And of course, we can't do those things anymore. But I really appreciate you guys coming tonight. And I will include my email in the PowerPoint. So if you guys have any questions or if you think of something later, that's what I always do. I get off a phone call and think, man, I should have asked that question. So feel free to contact me at any time. I don't mind at all.
And you can contact me as well with any questions.
I'm going to stop the recording. Thanks so much for coming in, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.